We invite you to watch how we clear the views on all matters through our partner station MITV on DSTV channel 255, 7 p.m. daily, and also our YouTube and Facebook pages under one name, Clearview News Desk every day. We call it The People's News, as we are available to come over and cover your events upon notice. Or do you have news you want us to broadcast? Send it in. We verify and go to town with it. All for you. Go ahead, engage us to thrash out those naughty issues on the news. And what we need from you is to share and subscribe. More important, convince your loved ones, friends, relatives, co-worshippers, and more to subscribe so as to be getting notifications as we break the news. Go a step further, like the news, and drop your thoughts on the comment section. Clearview News. We clear the view one time and for all time.
Hello and welcome to Clearview News Desk. We're reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. First, the headlines. Nigeria's Falconets defeat Korea's Republic 1-0 in their Group D match day 2 of the ongoing FIFA Under-20s Women's World Cup in Colombia. No individual can destroy the party. PDP prominent members challenge former governor of Rivers State and current FCT Minister Wike. Shun every form of misconduct in order to avoid being sanctioned by the NYSC bylaws. National Youth Service Corps Director General Brigadier General Y.D. Ahmed warned corps members. I am Florence Joshua with these and more. Some prominent members of the People's Democratic Party have challenged the former governor of Rivers State and current minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Wike, asserting that he cannot dismantle the party. Wike, while speaking at the PDP Secretariat in Port Harcourt, Rivers State capital, on Saturday during the party's state congress, warned PDP's governors to stay clear of the party's affairs in Rivers, threatening to put fire in their state. Wike's comments come after the PDP's Governors Forum, through its chairman Bala Mohammed, called for a review of the party Congress results to restore incumbent Governor Siminalayi Fubara's leadership during their convention in Taraba State on August 23. Prelude to the Taraba meeting, governors in Rivers State have been in disarray due to a clash of interest between Wike and Governor Fubara, both PDP members. Disputes over party control ripped the State House of Assembly into two, with two speakers loyal to Wike and his successor, Fubara. A Canadian-Nigerian woman, Amaka Sandberger, is set to appear in court on Monday, September 2, 2024. Following her arrest by Toronto police for allegedly making hate-motivated threats against members of the Nigerian community. Sandberger has been charged with uttering threats and will face a judge at the Ontario Court of Justice. The case is being treated as a suspected hate-motivated offense, with the Toronto Police Hate Crime Unit actively involved in the investigation. In a statement titled, "Suspected Hate-Motivated Threatening Investigation," woman arrested, the Toronto State Police confirmed the arrest and provided details of the ongoing case. The statement reads, Toronto police have arrested a woman in connection with a suspected hate-motivated threat investigation. The arrest follows a report received on August 28, 2024 regarding a threatening incident. Authorities alleged that on or around August 25, 2024, Amaka Sandberger, 46 of age, of Toronto, posted online content threatening the lives of specific members of the Nigerian community. Sandberger was taken into custody on September 1, 2024 and has been charged with uttering threats, hate-motivated crimes. The Toronto police statement also noted that hate-motivated crimes may involve consultation with the Crown, and if convicted, hate is considered an aggravated factor in sentencing. The Director General of National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Wike Ahmed, has warned Corps members to shun every form of misconduct throughout their service year in order to avoid being sanctioned by the NYSC bylaws. The NYSC DG gave the warning while addressing the 2024 Batch B Stream 2 Corps members at Niger State Orientation Camp in Paiko. He said they are laid down rules and regulations that regulate the conduct of every Corps members, adding that the scheme is not a safe abode for lawbreakers, adding that the NYSC bylaws would be applied on every infraction committed by any Corps members. Ahmed further urged Corps members to be law-abiding throughout their service year. While giving her camp brief to the Director General, the NYSC Niger State Coordinator Ms. Olayinka Wahab said the Corps members have adjusted to camp life. She disclosed that they have demonstrated strong sense of responsibility, patriotism and commitment to the ideals of NYSC. She also said camp officials are working as a team with Corps members participating actively in all camp activities as good ambassadors of their institutions and families towards ensuring a successful orientation course. A town hall meeting has been organized by a sister television station to bring together concerned citizens, calling on the youth to take action and reclaim their country. The meeting highlighted the urgent need for change, urging Nigerians to act now or lose a country to inherit. The report.
The divide and rule tactics of the Tinubu government, especially dividing people along ethnic lines, is a state policy, and Nigerians must be clear about what the aims are. And the aim is actually to ensure that we are not as organized as we could have been to challenge them.
We don't really understand the kind of bondage and subjugation you are placed in until you go out. And I'm here to tell us that freedom and liberty for Nigerian citizens is not an ideal, but should be a reality.
Organizers of the End Bad Governance protest have released a 7-point ultimatum to the federal government ahead of their planned demonstrations on October 1, 2024. The demands include the removal and prosecution of government officials accused of suppressing protests and violating human rights, scrapping of the 1999 Constitution and its replacement with a people-made constitution, and restructuring of Nigeria to accommodate its diversity. Stakeholders weigh in on state of the nation.
What the Nigerian can do is not a protest. What the Nigerian can do is what everybody who is pushed to the wall is expected to do if they are still sentient beings. That is the point where you draw a line and you tell the oppressive force, this is where I stand and I am not moving from this point. But for that to happen successfully in a space like Nigeria, where the people have been deliberately and systematically divided along ethno-religious lines in order to weaken their solidarity, the first thing you need to do is to clearly outline the purpose of the protest. And I'm using the word protest advisedly now. You must make the cause clear. The man on the street who will be constrained by your protest or sit at home must understand the basis. He must have an understanding of your plan for the day after the protest.
We are developmental journalists who care about the future of this nation. And the question being asked by a lot of Nigerians today is about their future.
You are pushing people to the wall. When you push people to the wall, it will backlash on you. We are warning, we are telling, look, whatever you are doing, you need to be held accountable to ourselves. There is so much corruption that is happening at the state level, at the federal level, and what they are doing with what is the body language Tinubu is telling people. You know, by going and you are riding a new plane, you are riding new cars and all of those things. You are talking about even they are locking up Nigerians for holding another flag. During NSAS, Nigerians held Nigerian flags and they were mowed down. You had the stain of children's blood on the Nigerian flag. How many offices do we have here that have different flags that are, you know, roaming about Nigeria? What does flag have to do with hunger? There are so many hungry children.
As the October 1 protest approaches, more Nigerians are joining the call for better governance. Stakeholders are speaking out on the state of the nation, emphasizing the need for systematic change. They stress that the country's problems are not insurmountable, but require collective action and a commitment to reform.
I want to commend everybody that participated in this election, in this protest or a revolt in August. It did not start now. It started a long time ago. We started our own revolt in 2019. That's what we call revolution now. And when we did, you know how many people reacted. Some said, you know, we don't understand what is even the meaning of revolution. What do you want? You lost election, you came back. And we keep telling them that we never had an election. We didn't have an election in 2019. We didn't have an election in 2023. So, but good news is that we are all back there now, a moment of epiphany and a total conscious realization that if we do not act together now, we are going to perish either individually.
If you have a car, before now, 12,000 naira will fill up your tank. If you earn 18,000 naira before now, 5,000 naira would survive. You'll survive on 5,000 for public transport, irrespective of where you are, even if you're in Lagos or the Southeast or in the North. Today, if you earn 30,000 naira, it would not be enough for public transportation. A bag of rice now is about 68,000 naira. So you see, there are different prices. The last one I bought, that was what I paid. But everything keeps going up. You know, when you go to the shop and you ask for a price, most time you turn back because of the price, because you're angry. And then you go home and then you decide, okay, let me just go and buy it. The price would have changed.
We look at pages of newspapers in the 1990s and we're still facing the same issues today. It's enough. And I feel that this is the time that this generation and the coming generations have a duty in order to speak to our government, have a citizen-led government as against having a political class-led government.
Because it's very clear that we cannot continue on this path of mind-numbing poverty and suffering. Our people from north, south, east, and west are suffering. They don't know where the next meal is going to come from. It's a challenge for the government. How the government is able to tackle this challenge is something that perhaps only they know. Because you see, look, it's one thing to be a politician and run for an election and win an election. The next stage is, what is the outcome of your win?
What we are facing today as Nigerian is the failure of leadership. Without leadership, there will be no unity, in which you all know that is what we are facing today. There will be no progress, in which everybody know that is what we are facing today. There will be no security.
We should talk about a collective approach. We should talk about a Nigeria where policies shapes politics and not a Nigeria where politics shapes policies. With this, we can collaboratively come together and know that it's not just the responsibility of our politicians, but even other institutions and agencies. We should know that the populace are watching, because directly or indirectly, people have family members and extended family members who are affected.
Since Nigeria's return to civilian rule in 1999, protests have been a recurring feature of the country's political landscape. From anti-fuel hike demonstrations to the NSAS movements, citizens have consistently demanded better governance, social justice, and economic reforms. The October 1 protest promises to be the loudest yet, as Nigerians are set to unite to demand a better future. Use of social media in Nigeria has grown to become an important instrument to shape public opinion and policy debate, as the increasing number of users engage these tools to stay informed and engage in political and religious socio-economic discussions, among others. However, social media has also been used to spread misinformation, propaganda, and hate speech, which in most cases led to a breakdown of law and order in the country. In view of these challenges posed by this sector, the Nigerian Institute of Social Media Analysts have emphasized the need for responsible social media use among Nigerians. At its second induction ceremony for new members in Abuja, Nigeria's capital, President of the Institute, Deputy Inspector General of Police, Frank Mba, charged Nigerians to use social media platforms more responsibly and effectively to promote unity and national cohesion. Let's now join Clevis Gloria Atta for details.
Over the years, information mismanagement has grown to become a major problem for media professionals, governments, and societies around the world. The phenomenon is often characterized by the spread of false, fake, misleading, manipulated, and inaccurate information that mislead and deceive the public. According to research, information mismanagement poses one of the most serious national security risks faced by Nigeria and other countries of the world, as it undermines public trust by promoting false image, contradictory, and at times patently false narratives about a country and its people. Nigeria, for example, is currently grappling with several challenges of social, economic, and political crisis, as well as ethno-religious tensions, resource scarcity, and insecurity. These issues have further been worsened by the circulation of news stories, disseminating false narratives, amplifying grievances, and sowing mistrust between communities. Misinformation concerning communal conflicts, religious disparities, or government actions have further deepened existing divisions, leading to more violence and unrest. Worried by the continuous spread of misleading stories circulating in networked public spheres and its consequences on democracies, organizations, and individuals, a body of social media analysts known as the Nigeria Institute of Social Media Analysts have trained and inducted new members to help rewrite the narrative. In his remarks, President of the Institute, Deputy Inspector General of Police, Frank Mba, said the move is in line with its vision to advance education in social media management to raise professionals that will help handle Nigeria's murky social media space.
Fake news, deliberate disinformation and misinformation has become a major problem. And so what NISMA is out to do is to develop and grow a culture of fact-checking. We want to groom a generation of professionals who will be honest in pushing out information, a generation of professionals who will spend time and resources fact-checking before going out to the public, a generation of professionals who will be dispassionate and understand that a stroke of fake news can actually cause a lot of damage in our society.
Earlier, participants at the event were exposed to discussions on information disorder, social media management, and detoxification, among others.
It's usually intentional, for those that push out or some of this content. So there are consequences for everything that we do. As law enforcement, we are doing a lot. Our job is to enforce the law. Whosoever that wants to violate the law should know that we are out there, to go after, to make sure that we investigate and that we prosecute at the end of the day.
How many of us have come across the post about wall geckos being poisonous and toxic? My sister-in-law has posted and keeps sharing this on our family platform, but this information is not true. Recall also during the scourge of the Ebola virus, how people share the information to drink warm salty water and also bath with salty water as way of preventing being infected with the disease. last weekend, when the president announced the change of guards for the DSS and NIA, a video went viral of staff of the DSS rejoiced group. That was not a recent video, but an old video that is unrelated to the current change.
Your work is integral to ensuring that Nigeria harnesses the full potential of social media to promote national development, social cohesion, and economic growth.
Highlight of the event was the oath taking and conferment of professional membership and fellowship to members. Gloria Atta, reporting for Clearview News.
If you're just joining us, you're watching the news on Clearview News Desk. We will be back after this break. Welcome back. Publisher and politician Dele Momodu has criticized former Edo Governor Senator Adams Oshomole over his recent comment on the governor of Edo State, Godwin Obaseki, and his wife Betsy. The lawmaker had labeled Obaseki's wife as being childless. Oshomole's comment was reportedly made during a political rally, sparking widespread condemnation. Reacting, Momodu, who took to his Instagram handle on Monday, described Oshomole's remark as unacceptable and below the belt, emphasizing that some issues transcend politics. Momodu urged politicians to maintain decorum and respect for opponents' personal lives. In his words, "My very dear Egbon, Comrade Adams, sir, I have watched this video endlessly and I am shocked and mortified at how low you sank. I pray you will find the courage to apologize publicly for this horrendous tantrum. It is never a crime to be childless. Momodu advised to have just said your candidate has a wife and children and leave it there."
I was shocked yesterday to see Mrs. Obaseki, the First Lady, saying that our candidate has no wife. She is the most... I'm sorry that she had to say that, because here is a woman who has no child. Between him and Obaseki, they have no child, they are childless. They are even not ready to adopt. I mean, I don't blame anybody who don't have a child. But people who have love for children, they go to motherless home and adopt children. They have not adopted. They are both in their 60s. So you married with, I don't know whether it's a contract or whatever it is, but they have no child. Now, our candidate not only have children, he has invested in the education of those children such that you watch them on live television, covered by your media stations, where the first one that spoke is a lawyer, the second one is a medical doctor, and they address the crowd in Edo South, in Edo Central, in Edo North, and their mother was there.
Two-timer runners-up Nigeria's under-20 women football team, the Falconets, have defeated Korea's Republic 1-0 in their Group D match day 2 of the ongoing FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup in Colombia. A brilliant late goal by Flourish Sebastian earned Nigeria all the 3 points at the expense of Korea Republic. With this result, the Falconets are in a good position to reach the round of 16 at the 11th FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup finals. Recall that the Asians also lost by a lone goal to Nigeria in a group phase encounter at the last edition of the competition in 2022 in Costa Rica. The Koreans came close to drawing the first blood on quarter hour, but Shukurat Oladipo got one foot to a teasing cross from the right to a wrong foot pack. The Falconets, who are in Group D alongside Venezuela and Korea Republic, will take on 3-time champions Germany at the same venue on Wednesday at 11 p.m. President Bola Tinubu has arrived in China for a state visit, marking a significant milestone in the long-standing bilateral relation between Nigeria and the Republic of China. Speaking with journalists, Nigeria's Director of Trade and Economic in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Akinremi Bolaji, spoke on the importance of the visit. The reports. Nigeria and China have enjoyed a robust relationship spanning over 50 years, with Nigeria being China's #1 trading partner in Africa. The visit coincides with African-China Cooperation Forum, where Nigeria is participating along other African nations. The China-African Cooperation Forum is a crucial platform for strengthening economic, political, and cultural ties between China and African nations. Established in 2000, FOCA has become a significant mechanism for a win-win cooperation for China and African countries.
Essentially, Mr. President is here for a state visit. The government of China is honoring Mr. President with an official visit at this time, recognizing Nigeria as #1 in Africa. And they have created a program for Mr. President from today till on the 6th.
President Tinubu's visit is expected to yield significant benefits such as investment in infrastructure, technology, and economic development for the country. The strategic partnership between Nigeria and China will focus on key areas such as infrastructure, development, trade, and economic cooperation.
Nigeria is the #1 trading partner of China in Africa. It's also organized an economic forum. This is happening on the 4th. And you see, it has been announced, Mr. President will receive the entourage of Huawei and China Railways. But beyond that, there are more than hundreds of really big Chinese corporations that are interested in doing business with Nigeria. And these are new. Many of them not just in mining, but into agriculture. There is a new technology that is able to increase productivity more than 1,000-fold. We are exploring this with the Chinese.
The visit, which has witnessed the participation of several Nigerian ministers, including the Minister of Foreign Affairs, His Excellency Yusuf Tugar, and the Minister of Works, alongside governors and business leaders, with several memorandum of understandings expected to be signed during the visit. The president will also receive a huge delegation from Wike and China Railway, signifying the commitment of both nations to deepen cooperation. And that's the news, but before we go, a recap of the top stories. Under two-time runners-up, Nigeria's under-20 women football team, the Falconets, have defeated Korea Republic 1-0 in their Group D match Day 2 of the ongoing FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup in Colombia. Some prominent members of the People's Democratic Party have challenged the former governor of Edo State and current minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Wike, asserting that he cannot dismantle the party. The Director General of National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Wike Ahmed, has warned Corps members to shun every form of misconduct throughout their service year in order to avoid being sanctioned by the NYSC bylaws. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Clearview News Dex, of our handle on X, formerly known as Twitter at Clearview Online. Many thanks for watching. I am Florence Joshua. Bye for now.